warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahmadia Faiza. My matric number is 283971. And today I will be presenting about introduce of management scholar or business leader. Management is a science as well as an art that is created to achieve goals that have been formulated together. Therefore, management requires basic concept of knowledge and the ability to analyze situation, condition, and assess human resources, and think of the right way to achieve goals. To achieve common goals, there are several series of activities that include planning, organizing, implementing, monitoring, evaluation, and controlling activity in the concept of empowering all organization or company resource. Both human resource, human capital, and natural resources, and as well as technology optimally to achieve organization or company goals. There is a need to force state to carry out its function and responsibility to the people, namely regulating the problem of people life in providing service in the social and economic life of the community. This is the mean that management has not been known before, or that the development of management is related to the development of American and Europe society. The birth of development of management can be traced back the beginning of the natural creating process. If we look at the classical Egyptian civilization, there is historical evidence in the form of pyramids and princes that reflect management practice, skill, and competencies. Management is our use and is very important to regulate all activities in household, school, cooperative, foundation, government, and so on. Okay, next about the management scholar Mary Parker Follett characterizes management as the art of getting things done through the effort of others. This definition implies both pursuing goals, getting things done, and making use of resources, especially through people. However, it also means one element, namely the organizational context. An important consideration for understanding management is the term organization simply refers to a collection of people working together to achieve a common goal. Okay, that's all from me. I will pass to next presenting. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Wulandari Anggun, my metric number 283974. The management theory of Mary Parker Follett, Follett known as the mother of modern management, believed management was the art of getting things done through people. Though she never managed a for-profit enterprise, she offered valuable insight on the importance of managers and supervisors powering with employers rather than powering over them, and collaborating with workers to solve conflict. Leadership is not defined by the exercise of power, but by the capacity to increase the sense of power among those led. Follett famously said the most essential work of the leader is to create more leaders. The Mary Parker Follett theory of management is marked by such principles as the following. Number 1 is conflict resolution through integration, like identifying and meeting each party's underlying and often compatible need, as opposed to attempting to meet the frequently incompatible expressed desire of each, often result in a win-win situation. Number 2, in Mary Parker Follett leadership theory, genuine power is not coercive power over but coactive power with. Number 3, true leaders, according to Follett theory, create group power rather than expressing personal power. Follett practiced this principle of coordination that helped develop her theory of management. Number 1 is direct contact. Direct contact between employees and managers help organization avoid conflict and misunderstanding. Number 2, early stage. Managers should learn and master coordination straight away. Number 3, reciprocal relationship. Every worker, regardless of their level in the hierarchy, is responsible for pulling their weight and integrating with the rest of the organization. And last, continuous process. Managers must maintain coordination. Follett's management theory is still in favor today. Small businesses and employee-centric companies might find profound success by adapting certain elements of her theory for everyday practices.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Anjaya Arisa with metric number 283966. Okay, next example of company or individual person or situations. Mary Parker Follett emphasizes the interaction of management and workers. He sees management and leadership holistically. Adopting a modern system approach, he identified a leader as one who sees the world rather than the particular. Follett was one of the first, and for a long time, one of the few to include the notion of organizational conflict into management theory, and is sometimes considered the mother of conflict resolutions. One of the applications for the theory from Mary Parker Follett itself relates to the implementation, and it's applied by the PT Epson Indonesia company, which has been applying a large number of workers, so that the steps that must be taken are as follows. First, coordinate various levels of the organization through direct contact. Second, include all members of the organizations in the planning process. In this process, all members must be taken into account and must participate from the beginning. Third, this coordination should be carried out in a research-oriented manner, taking into account the organization's level. And last but not least, such coordination should be an ongoing process and situations. In the application of Mary Parker Follett's theory carried out by the PT Epson Indonesia, it is also related to the situational law. This is in accordance with the other fundamental principles carried out by the Follett and applied by the PT Epson Indonesia, which can be referred to as the law of the situations. This law contradicts Taylor's mechanism principles. It states the decisions that must be made in dealing with organizational dilemmas are considered to be in accordance with the conditions that exist within the same organizations. That is, to resolve conflict, it is necessary to know each component of the organizations. For example, the labor participants involved in working as an employee at PT Epson Indonesia in accordance with the job descriptions, and the time in accordance with the provisions of working hours, and utilizing the available facilities, and so on. The concept of the Mary Parker Follett theory, which is also applied by the PT Epson Indonesia, because PT Epson Indonesia as an electronic company and factory is proven to have been legally established and also under the auspices of the law, so that every worker will get legal protections in accordance with the prevailing situations. Okay, next, implementation of management in various companies. One of them is PT Epson Indonesia, and also the activities that occurs in must follow the following points. According to Henry Fayol, his book said carry out management function in accordance with Mary Parker Follett are as follows. A. Planning. Planning is important for the success of an organization's goals, program, and projects. B. Organizing. Organizing is the project of allocating research within department and work units so that the division of work and duties of each unit is clear. In this case, the organizations also make it easier for PT Epson Indonesia to reach a large number of employees. So a proper organizing process needed so that the entire structuring process as well as process related to HR management at PT Epson can be well organized. C. Leading. An interesting topic in management discussions is the topic of leadership in managing an organization. The leadership process created by PT Epson Indonesia is also related to how to manage human research. Especially, this can be seen from the hierarchy of work in each position of PT Epson Indonesia's employees. D. Controlling. In accordance with Mary Parker Follett theory, This is done from maintaining the system so that control is needed to be able to maintain boundaries and also optimize everything that is really needed.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahmadani Nurfauza, my matric number 2I3965. Contribution or benefit management theory. Mary Parker Follett contribution to management are conflict authority and leadership, conflict resolution by integration, which recognizes and satisfies the underlying and often agreeable requirement of each group, rather than attempting to satisfy the frequently incompatible desire expressed by each, often result in a win situation. In Mary Parker Follett theory of leadership, true authority is not achieved with power over, but with coached by power with. True leader, according to her theory, build collective control rather than convey personal power. According to Follett, a match should exist between authority and knowledge regardless of direction. This means that workers in possession of a particular knowledge should control the task process. On the other hand, managers should not supervise the work but facilitate. This is important for worker empowerment and development. Furthermore, direct communication should exist between managers of different departments in order to facilitate and ease the development process. Additionally, foster on the importance of teamwork. For instance, the manager of each department should work collaboratively to achieve the overall goal of the organization. This is similar to the Follett principle about cross-functioning. According to the principle, an employee of a particular department can work in another unit. This is because all departments work for the benefit of the organization, and when one fails, the business will collapse. Follett argues that managers require training so that their leadership will be more effective and efficient. Although some theorists argue that leadership and management is a technique that one can acquire, Follett disagree. For example, managers should undergo trainings so that they acquire technical knowledge that assists them to deal with people. Moreover, Follett considers management as a profession. This means that it has a body of knowledge. Therefore, managers ought to use the accurate knowledge to guide and direct employees toward organizing team. For instance, managers should follow professional standards while dealing with employees. FRY explained that Follett has currently contributed to management in organizations. For instance, she believed that the complete separation of people from the technical problem cannot happen. Therefore, ethics is imperative in management, particularly in the decision-making process. Additionally, she does not agree with the idea of departmentalized thinking. Thus, a thinking strategy that amalgamates ethics as well as economic consideration is important. This means that an organization should apply moral principles and cost analysis during the decision-making process. This will help the organization to come up with congruent decisions that benefit the organization via cost reduction and profit maximization. Besides, she emphasized on the certification of work. For instance, managers should treat workers properly. This is because people produce more when their needs receive primary attention.
Criticism or disadvantages of the management theory. Mary Parker Follett. Mary Parker Follett's main problem was her idealism, which was clearly visible in her theories. Follett theories carried some oxymoronic values, such as centralization as well as decentralization, democracy as well as aristocracy, authoritarianism Had this oxymoronic value operate in several contexts, no problem would have existed in her theory. But the fact that this value operates simultaneously made her theory to be too ideal to be perfect. Irrespective of this, her ideas were indicative of certain ideas, and those same ideas provide to be the basis for the theorization done by the future humanistic theory. Moreover, few right or organization label Follett as a classical thinker. Others criticize her, stating that there is nothing classical in her ideas, but it must be stated that Follett herself criticized the classical theory of management for its one-sidedness mechanism and for ignoring the psychological aspect. He was criticized for not saying the organizational process in the social context. Notwithstanding this criticism, Follett's contribution to administrative theory is seminal and indeed prophetic. Her ideas in the realm of conflict, everyone, but the validity and application of the multi-dimensional focus of her approach. Conclusion: understanding management is the science and art of regulating the process of utilizing human resources and other resources effectively and efficiently to achieve a certain goal. Management is a science as well as the art of making other people willing to work to achieve the goals that have been formulated together. Therefore, management requires basic concept of knowledge, the ability to analyze situation, condition, existing human resources, and think of the right way to carry out activities interrelated to achieve goal. In essence, human activity in general is managing. To manage her, an art is needed. How other people need work to achieve a common goal.